Direction A4. Deux-Montagnes. Prochaine station, Île-Bigras.
Alright, so good evening everybody. It is Wednesday, February the 18th, 2026, 7:35 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And we're going to do a little REM ride here between Pierrefonds-Roxboro station, where we just departed from, and we're going to be getting off at the next stop, Île-Bigras. And I'm going to be doing maybe a walkthrough video of the station and also film some elevators. By the way, I have a speedometer app, and we are right now going 97 kilometers an hour, now 95 kilometers an hour. So we're in between 93 to 97 kilometers per hour at any given moment. Right now 95 kilometers per hour, so that's the speed in this area, I believe. General speed, permitted speed. Now the windows are really grimy, as you can imagine. These trains only get washed overnight, and by the time the next night gets here, they're full of grime. I'll try to show you, zoom out a bit, but thankfully the camera is doing a pretty decent job of seeing through the grime. Now I do have an evening pass that I'm using, so I'm going to try to film a couple of stations tonight here north of the Island of Montreal, going into Laval and Deux-Montagnes. I've mentioned this a few times, but this is much darker than the camera is showing you, at least from a human eye perspective. There's the Rivière des Prairies underneath us. There's the abandoned Deux-Montagnes line, AMT Deux-Montagnes line bridge to our left, which I hope will be eventually a pedestrian bridge. And here's the Île-Bigras station. Special shout out to Vincent Emo. I know he likes the station, so we're going to go in and do a walkthrough here.
Station Île-Bigras.
There's Île-Bigras, so very small, simple station. So I'll wrap up this video, and what I'll do is I'll add another video onto this one within the same video of a ride between here and the next station, so stay tuned for that. Alright, so now for our next section of video, we're going to be going from Île-Bigras station to Sainte-Dorothée station. Board REM set number 42. This windshield here is really warm, and of course they heat the windshields to keep the ice from building up.
Direction A4. Deux-Montagnes. Prochaine station, Sainte-Dorothée. Attention, dernière station avant d'atteindre la zone tarifaire C. Vous devez détenir un titre de transport valide dans cette zone pour continuer. Station Sainte-Dorothée.
Another very short ride between two stations, so we'll get off here. I'll film some elevators, do a walkthrough video, and then we'll film another video between here and the next station, so stay with us. Well, for you guys it'll only be a second, not even. This one is set 61. I was about to say Azure set 61, REM set 61 of course. So for this ride we're going to be going to Grand-Moulin. My goal tonight is actually to do some walking videos throughout these stations so I could show you guys what they look like. Of course, I'm not usually in this area that often.
Direction A4. Deux-Montagnes. Prochaine station, Grand-Moulin.
So of course with the evening pass I have access to zone A, B, C, D, all modes of transit, including this one, the REM. Another very dark section of track here. And it's rather interesting because if you're familiar with the South Shore branch, there's quite a bit of lighting throughout the tracks. Compared to here, it's much lighter. So we're going to be going over the Milio River, which translates to the Thousand Island River, coming up here. Right there. Walked across that footbridge quite a few times. I have a couple of videos on my channel of that. Really beautiful. Empty train going to Brossard. In service, obviously. Nice little curve here.
Station Grand-Moulin.
So Grand-Moulin is another fairly small, simple station. So I will once again resume filming on
Les portes s'ouvriront sur le côté droit.
the final stretch of our journey between here and Deux-Montagnes station coming up. So I'm going to do a separate video walking through the station here. So be right back. Looks like we got set 6 to end our journey here, so one more segment of ride here. This one will be between Grand-Moulin and Deux-Montagnes station. This one seems to have slightly cleaner windows than the earlier ones we were on.
Direction A4. Deux-Montagnes. Prochaine station, Deux-Montagnes.
So one of the interesting features of the stations in this sector is that they all have the theme of a blue color. So we'll see what our speedometer says here for speed. Well, looks like it's not updating, so might have to reset that later. So if I remember, this stretch of track between Grand-Moulin and Deux-Montagnes is not long, but it's not short either. So at least that's what I remember. Could be wrong though. Like I said, it's rare that I've ventured out into this area since this REM branch opened up. Only been here a handful of times. Still have to get a daytime video of riding here. Also worth mentioning that we're very close to Saint-Eustache, which is where the Nova Bus factory is. And there's Deux-Montagnes station there, so what's that, 2.5 minutes? There's some coach buses as well. Of course, this is EXO territory. Alright, so hopefully you enjoyed that video. As I always say, if you like what you see, hit the like button, subscribe, turn on your notification bells. More videos to come. Thanks for watching.
Les portes s'ouvriront sur le côté droit.